Hello, 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 everyone. Dr. Rowena Winkler here. And before we get into today's Revelations with Rowena solo episode, let's play this new little ditty intro that we got going on. Let's go.
Hey everyone, Dr. Rowena Winkler here. Join me every week as I interview entrepreneurs, lightworkers, and healers, and other all-around badass human beings on their revelation stories. Revelations with Rowena. Woo!
Indeed. So today it's just me, no interview. We'll be back to the interviews next Thursday. But today, what I wanted to talk about two things. The first being the the idea of clarity, and the second being the idea of legacy. So when it comes to clarity, I wanted to share a little bit about what that means and how clarity isn't necessarily an epiphany, right? In the work that I do with my clients, sometimes, and gosh, this is myself included, sometimes we want that instant transformation, right? That quantum leap, that silver bullet, that answer that's going to solve and save everything, right? It's going to help our relationships, our business, our finances, our career, our whatever, XYZ, insert the thing here. But sometimes clarity doesn't come to us in this big, epic situation, right? Sometimes it comes through as moment by moment, little breadcrumbs dropped by Mama Universe. Sometimes it's just a small whisper, something that I like to call those intuitive hits that come through in these moments where sometimes you don't even expect it. And that's when it's really beautiful. I now call myself the inner muse mentor. And what that means, if you've seen my TEDx talk, it's that voice inside that we know is there. Homegirl's listening. She's the inspiration, she's the creation, she's the art. But because of conditioning, because of external pressures or validation or whatever, it could be relationships, or it could be being blinded by our own ego reservations, that voice is stifled a little bit. And so in the work that I do, we kind of figure that out. And for me, the most recent clarity is in regard to who do I serve, right? So here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, your girl's a babypreneur. I've only been at this since 2020. And as I mentioned in my most recent Facebook and LinkedIn post, I launched this LLC because of my daughter, because of Carrie, and how I want a role model for her, live my legacy, right? I want a role model for her. That something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. I've wanted to be an entrepreneur for a while. I wanted to bring that into fruition. But I had to take a look and take a step back and think about what what is the ideal client? Who are the people that I've helped and served over this short period of time, and what really is my message here? What is the clear message? Because y'all know your girls woo. So I've used language like divine feminine energy and all these esoteric mystical things, but when it comes down to it, when I think about my clients and who I serve and my own story and what I've been resistant to and how I've transformed and how I've transformed others, it suddenly became clear. It's the perfectionism piece, y'all. I know so many of you can resonate with this. For so long, I have operated as if I had to be perfect or I should be perfect, that I had to check off these boxes and seek external validation, seek all the awards, put on this mask, be this person that that I had to be in order to show up, in order to receive love, in order to receive accolades, in order to be respected, in order to feel worthwhile. And what did that do? In the process of being perfect, I was pushing away my own authenticity, which, if you've been following me for a while, is something else that I speak very frequently about being authentic. What does it mean to be authentically empowered? What does it mean to be truly authentic in what you do, in how you show up, in in your relationships, in your business, in your life? Well, it being authentic is not possible when you're trying so hard to be perfect. Authenticity cannot reside in perfection. It is through the imperfections that we can show up as our authentic self. And y'all, that's the secret sauce. The authenticity is the attraction, the imperfection is the story. Your story, your unique story that resonates with other people and is going to attract the clients, the friendships, the chosen family, right? And so that was something that I was like, "Oh, okay, here we go." So that was one piece that I recognized in the work that I've been doing, right? When I launched my coaching business in February 2021, I said that I was a pivot coach. But I realized that I serve recovering perfectionists just like me. And y'all, I am not fully complete and healed. This is an ongoing sporadic journey that ebbs and flows, and you find yourself you're good, then you find yourself back again. So that's the one piece, right? The other piece, which I know a lot of you have seen and have worked with me or known people who have worked with me, is this academia to industry piece, right? I think for a very long time, and even as I was building my business, I was so resistant to be so out there and speaking outwardly about the fact that I serve so many academic clients and that the work that I do is to help academics move out of higher ed or stay within higher ed, but in a space where they feel more empowered or, maybe trying something altogether, right? And I realized I think a lot of that stems from my own shame regarding my own leaving. Y'all, I left in 2016, 2017. It's been a minute, but there are still times where I feel, "Oh, why did I feel icky, I feel bad, I feel like I let people down." But here's the thing that I actually chatted with a client about yesterday. We don't owe anyone else when it comes to our happiness. It just got to a point where I knew this didn't feel right anymore. It didn't feel aligned. It didn't feel that it was what I was meant to do long term. But the fact of the matter is, when you're in that space, we feel that we have no other choice. But I'm here to tell you, and through my new offerings, right? Through these very specific academic to industry coaching packages, working one-on-one with me using my translate your CV method that I've used with so many clients time and time again. And I know it's only been less than 2 years, but I have results to show you, y'all. Like, you have so much to bring to the table. You have an expertise and a skill set that does not have to stay in higher ed if that's not what you want to do. There are employers out there who would love to have you on their team, because with a PhD, you have critical thinking skills. You're able to manage a team because you've managed a classroom. And my, oh my, managing a classroom is its own other level. You can do project management if you've done research projects, mentorship, supervision. These are all skill sets that I didn't realize I could bring to the table when I left. And now that have seen myself and others go through this, so I'm no longer going to stay in this afraid, mm, you know, this resistance to niching down or what have you. I now know, speaking of clarity, that this is something I'm meant to do because, again, my story resonates, right? And it's resonated with a lot of folks and my clients who come and talk to me. And here's the other thing, friends. If you check out my Instagram live from Friday with another client that I chatted with, Terry, we talk about we could just chat for a bit, right? It's not like make the investment today. Because again, the clarity doesn't always come in a big, whoop, all right, I'm ready. Okay, Rowena, I'm going to jump from just hearing about this to, oh, now I'm going to invest it. No, sometimes it takes some time, and I'm here for you every step of the way. If you want to just do a quick chat, whether via DM or Facebook Messenger or over the phone or text, I'm more than happy to be there for you and to share my story and to help you. Now, when it comes to the legacy piece, here's the thing. I mentioned, this Dancing with the Stars bit, and that was on one of my more recent Facebook posts. And in terms of my memorable year, it is 2020 because I launched the business and because I had Carrie. And now I'm so reflective, especially as there's just so much change coming through this year, not only because of the clarity, but just expanding our home and hoping to expand our family. I think very deeply about what my legacy is, and that thought process stems from back in 2013 when I saw my dad get really sick from cancer and pass away. I saw him in his process. What is the legacy he's leaving behind? And now that I'm a mother, and now that I have this business that I feel so strongly about, and I work with clients that I feel so humbled and honored to work with, and I still get a chance. I'm back in the classroom, y'all. I work with students as well now. I'm excited to be able to share that legacy through things like this and through speaking engagements and my offerings. And so I just wanted to close out by sharing 2 speaking engagements that I have coming up in the next week that I hope if you have the time, click on the linkies. I'll put them there for you. The first of is on Saturday, the 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be talking about this legacy piece, and I'll be talking about excuse me, through my coaching model, which I call the Inner Muse method. What's beautiful about the process is that it can be transposed on pretty much anything. Like, what do you need help with? Is it the identity piece? Is it career? In this case, is it what you intend to leave behind? So I'll be sharing those aspects of that in regards to my method. It's a quick 30 minutes or so. And then on Monday, October 24th, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm really happy to be a part of Unleash Your Ph.D. It's a virtual event that I was a part of last year. And this year, the topic is on how to share your research stream outside of higher ed. And I'm so excited to be able to talk about speaking engagements in particular. And I do mention the beautiful TEDx, right? Because getting to do a TEDx talk has been a dream of mine for the longest forever, and I got to do it earlier this year. So I'm going to talk about different ways if you're an academic or someone that's done research or creative work and are looking for avenues on how to share your research from a speaking perspective. If you're like me and you enjoy doing this, and even if you don't, listen, I didn't before either. I took public speaking in undergrad and I was pretty bad at it. So I share ways that you can share your work outside of just the same old academic conferences. So that's on October 24th. And yeah, I would love to have you there. So that's pretty much it for today. I will put the links in the comments and the show notes, of course. And if you have any questions or comments regarding your own clarity when it comes to life, business, relationships, if you are someone who is working in academia or an educator or a graduate student and you're looking to make the leap into a different industry, feel free to reach out as I mentioned. And yeah, I would love to chat with you. So until then, I hope you take care and I will talk to you soon. All right. Bye, y'all. See ya.